Hi, tonight we're going to do kind of a different story. It's called A Joshua Tree Named Lily. Joshua trees are one of the oldest trees. They've been around a long time ago. But since there aren't really a lot of sloths around the world, the sloths are what move the little seeds place to place. The Joshua trees are becoming almost extinct. It's kind of special if you get to see one. High in the Mojave Desert of the United States lives a vast woodland of trees. No two are alike. Each is unique. This is the home of the Joshua tree. In the summer, the temperature can reach 125 degrees, and in the winter it snows. The Mojave Desert is a place of extremes. John Freeman, who explored the West in the 1800s, thought this tree was the ugliest thing he had ever seen. Others found beauty in the twisted branches. An old legend said the Mormons named the tree after Joshua, the Old Testament prophet. The branches looked like they were beckoning the Mormons to their promised land, but no one knows for sure. This is a lily. Lily is a Joshua tree. She is neither very old nor very young. She lives in Joshua Tree National Park with other young Joshua trees. Scientists have estimated that there are 1.5 million Joshua trees in this park. There are many different Joshua trees living beside Lily. Some of them are only a few years old and others are over 100 years old. In February, March, and April, Joshua tree flowers bloom. Some years, most of the trees have blossoms, but in other years, only a few have that creamy white blossom. Lily has only bloomed 3 times in her whole life. This year it rained and snowed in February. One of Lily's growing tips was damaged by the frost. Now it's March, and a new bloom is starting where the frost damaged the end of one of the branches. A Scots oriole has made its nest in Lily's branches. The nest hangs from those spiky leaves. It is woven tightly of grasses and other plants. The Scots oriole feeds its babies with nectar from the Joshua tree blooms. Soon, a yucca moth will come and lay eggs in the flowers. The yucca moth will roll the pollen into a small ball. Can you see it doing it here? This will pollinate Lily's blooms and help her seeds grow. From one bloom, many seeds will grow. Each pod will have over 500 seeds. You can see them here in the ground. Those seeds are sweet and juicy. Many have fallen on open ground. Maybe 1 or 2 will grow to be a Joshua tree. Lily watches as animals like the Gambel's quail and her chicks come to feed. The antelope ground squirrel finds the seeds wonderfully tasty and takes some to store underground. A few of the seeds have fallen into a black brush plant. There they grow slowly, hidden from animal eyes. The black brush has prickly thorns that protect the seeds from animals looking for a meal. And a few of the seeds out in the open were not eaten by animals and wait in the soil to get a little water from the rain and snow so they can grow. They're not protected by black brush or any other plant. These seedlings look like blades of grass and have a juicy fluid important for animals. This jackrabbit is nibbling on a baby Joshua tree. See it eating the little tree? I don't think that one's gonna grow. By now it's spring and the desert is hotter. Lily is protected by her old dead leaves. As Lily's leaves turn yellow, then brown, they lie folded against her trunk. This protects her from the heat of the sun. Her leaves create shade and cool her trunk by 20 degrees. Other animals find shade and relief from the sun's rays under her leaves. This collared lizard hides under her leaves, along with other desert lizards. Lily waits patiently for the monsoon season that will come in July and August. Her pointed long leaves are funnel-shaped. When the rain comes, the leaves guide that water right into her trunk. Here in the Mojave Desert, they may only have 4 inches of rain in a whole year. I know sometimes we get 4 inches of rain just in one day. Lily has cousin plants that live near her, and they also have spiky leaves to catch water. The Mojave yucca and the Pari nolina can be mistaken for a Joshua tree. The Pari nolina's leaves are very flexible and long. The Mojave yucca's leaves are long too, but they have little white fibers or hairs growing on them. Neither of them will grow as tall as a Joshua tree. Hanging from one of Lily's leaves is a granite spiny lizard. Peekaboo, there he is, hiding. It was left by a bird called a loggerhead shrike. The shrike spears its food on sharp objects like the Joshua tree leaves and hangs it there to rot for a few days before eating it. I don't know what kind of bird is going to like to eat rotten food, but there you go. On the ground underneath Lily, there are pups or little baby Joshua trees. The pups are part of Lily, connected by her roots. Lily's roots grow along the ground. From these roots, called rhizomes, little Joshua trees may grow. Lily is only 8 feet tall, and she is 36 years old. She's probably about the age of your parents. There are other trees that are taller and older. One tree is over 43 feet tall and over 300 years old, but no one knows for sure. Joshua trees do not have growth rings like other trees. The growing part of the Joshua tree is spread throughout the trunk, not just the bark. There are no rings to figure out the age of this tree. Near Lily is a place where a fire burned only a few years ago. Many of the older Joshua trees survived. Only the outer layer was destroyed, but the younger trees died. They couldn't stand the heat. A pair of kangaroo rats come to visit Lily. They like what they see and dig a burrow, a hole in the ground, near her roots to make a home. Later, a red racer snake visits that hole, looking for a meal. No one was home. Lily has grown very slowly. Her growth depends on rain, snow, heat, cold, and sunshine. Last year there was very little rain and Lily did not grow even a dot. The year before that there were 10 inches of rain and she grew 7 inches. Whoa, that was a good year for Lily. Lily has a small hole in her trunk that is the home of a ladderback woodpecker. The woodpecker likes a Joshua tree because it eats the yucca-boring weevil and other insects that can make their homes in the trees. Now it is summer. A larger Joshua tree near Lily fell over. It was blown over by the wind. Joshua trees have very shallow roots that lie just under the surface of the ground. So the top of the tree had 30 branches and it was too heavy for those roots. The roots could not keep the tree from being blown when the wind really blew. And that is how most Joshua trees that are older die. By fall, this dead tree has become the home for animals of the desert. Desert termites have moved in to eat up that tree. You see that? A yucca night lizard also moved into the dead tree because you know what? The lizard feasts on those termites, and that's its favorite food. Eventually, the termites will break that dead tree apart and make soil that may become a place where one of Lily's seeds could land and grow. Winter has arrived. A fresh blanket of snow covers the woodland. Lily waits for spring. There will be no blooms this year for Lily. Joshua trees don't bloom 2 years in a row, but maybe Lily will bloom next year. So that's the story of the Joshua trees. You might want to research and find out more about it, and maybe someday you can go on vacation and actually see one. They're very plain-looking trees, but they've been around